get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, no, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. No, no, I get a good feeling.
The mouth
Turn it up. Somebody save your soul, cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night, you're a hot one to hold. Cause you don't even know I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want your sex and your affection when they're holding you close. Cause you don't even know I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we wake we'd be the only sound. Get on my knees and say your friend change round. That I can make your hands clap. That I can make your hands clap. Turn it up. That I can make your hands clap. My flesh is searching for your worst and best, don't ever deny. I'm like a stranger, give me danger, all you're wrong and you're right. Secrets on Broadway to the freeway, you're a keeper of crimes. Feel no conviction, grips of wrath can only sweeten your wine. But you don't even know I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we wake we'd be the only sound. Get on my knees and say your friend change round. That I can make your hands clap. 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 So can I get a hand clap? This is gonna be a day to remember. This is gonna be a day to remember. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? This is gonna be a day to remember. This is gonna be a day to remember. This is gonna be. This is gonna be a day to remember. This is gonna be. This is gonna be a day to remember. This is gonna be. This is gonna be. So come out, come out, come out, won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Come out, come out, come out, till we lose control into a raging fire. Into a raging fire. Come out, come out, come out, won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? You know time will give and time will take. All the memories made will wash away. Even though we've changed, I'm still here with you. If you listen close, you'll hear the sound of all the ghosts that bring us down. Hold on to what makes you feel. Don't let go, it's what makes you real. If the flame goes out tonight, yeah, we'll live until we die. So come out, come out, come out, won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Come out, come out, come out, till we lose control into a raging fire. Into a raging fire. Come out, come out, come out, won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Let the world leave us behind. Let your heart be next to mine. Before the flame goes out tonight, we can live until we die. Come out, come out, come out, won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Come out, come out, come out, won't you turn my soul into a raging fire? Come out, come out, come out, till we lose control into a raging fire. Into a raging fire. Just a small town girl.
Tēnā koutou katoa. No mai, haere mai ki 2020 Rangitoto College Sport Awards. Ko Rangitoto te monga, ko Omaha te Moana, ko Union te Waka, ko Scotland, me Norfolk Island na iwi, no Tamaki Makaurau aho, ko Trevor Meikle-John Takawingoa, nā mihi nui kia koutou. It is my pleasure to be your MC this evening for the Rangitoto College Sport Awards, proudly presented by Paramount Services. An evening where we celebrate excellence and contribution in sport by our sport whānau. Before we start proceedings, I would like to ask Year 12 student and captain of our Premier Netball team, Lydia Moy, to say a karakia.
Tūkua te wairua kia rere ki ngā taumata, hei ārahi i a tātou mahi, me tā tātou whai i ngā tikanga a rātou mā. Kia mau, kia ita, kia kore ai ingaro, kia pupuri, kia whakamaua, kia tina, tina. Haumie, huie, tākie.
Thank you, Lydia. Ka mau te wehe, and that means that was awesome. And to be honest, that's going to be the first of many awesome moments this evening as we reflect on 2020. And what a year 2020 has been. A year like no other. A year where masks, and how good are these masks that SAS have provided us with our own branding. Thanks so much to Gayleen and her team. Hand washing, equipment cleaning, contact tracing, social gatherings, alert levels, cancelled events, incomplete seasons. They were much of our sporting conversations as game plans, training sessions and fitness were pre-COVID. And despite the missed opportunities and the challenges presented, I can honestly say I have not heard one complaint from a single sports student. Our students have responded with character and resilience and have simply played the cards that COVID has dealt them. And in particular, our Year 13 students who have had their final year impacted so significantly. They've demonstrated kaha and gratitude for the all too brief moments that they've had to play sport. Some students and teams have, however, had the opportunity to compete and have achieved simply remarkable outcomes. This evening acknowledges and celebrates these outstanding students and their amazing successes, whilst also sending our aroha and sympathies to those who have not simply been able to apply their sporting prowess fully in 2020. And look, as part of this narrative, I'd also like to stress that across the board, putting this evening together is no easy feat. We're asked to differentiate awesome from awesome and to leave awesome out. Awesome athletes, awesome coaches, awesome volunteers, because quite frankly, you're all awesome and we love what you do for our school. So tonight we just shine the light a little brighter on our award nominees and recipients and celebrate them as a collective. He waka eke noa, because the reality is we're all on this Rangitoto waka together. The fact that we're here in one large social gathering tonight, I reckon, is an achievement in itself, and I say go New Zealand. And just on that, you will note the contact tracing forms around the building, and so could you please make sure that you do sign in with your mobile phone, please, this evening. I'm extremely grateful to all TICs, teaching staff, coaches, managers and volunteers, and our student sport leaders who drive sport and make it the beating heart of our school. Also to the board and Mr. Gale, the senior leadership team, for the overarching support and importance you place on sport at Rangitoto College. I would also like to acknowledge my team consisting of Nathan Banks, Nat Moy, Sarah Jane Beck and Ryan Williams for the great job they do, and in particular the hard yards they have done to make tonight happen. This team consistently go above and beyond to serve our Rangitoto sport community. I would like to thank our presenting sponsor for this evening, Paramount Services, and to the rest of our sponsors, SAS Sport for epic sport uniforms, the spectacular masks, and also specifically sponsoring the Contribution to Sport and Service to Sport awards. Les Mills for sponsoring Sportswoman and Sportsman of the Year, Benefits Advertising for the great program that you have on your table, and the sport backdrop on the entrance that they created for us. Tiger Turf for the green carpet. I mean, red carpet might be okay for the Oscars, but it ain't going to cut the mustard for our sport awards. There is no doubt that it does take a village, and many others have contributed to their time and expertise to make tonight happen. We have Tama the Tuatara from the Auckland Tuatara baseball franchise, and Harry the Harbour Dog, who have been wandering around, I think. And what would a sporting event be without a mascot? The Edge radio station at the entrance and for their support, music and giveaways. Our fencing coach Kyle Nankerville and the Awesome Fencers for their pre-event fencing up on stage. You put on an epic show and such a technically impressive sport. Also to Sarah McConnell and her performing arts team for assisting us so greatly in allowing us to use their beautiful decorations and set up from their awards last night. You know, imagine if they'd left it to us. You know, there'd be like footy socks and jerseys hanging everywhere, old running shoes, liniment, strapping tape. Actually, that sounds quite good. No, not really. But a wonderful job, thanks, Sarah, and we really do appreciate it. Peter from Barrington's for some awesome catering, and Hamish from Gilmore's, not only for your sponsorship of rugby, but for helping out with the water tonight. And also to our student leaders who are going to be presenting later on to this evening. Righto, enough from me. So what we're going to do, we're going to rewind the clock and have a look at some of the highlights of 2020, thanks to the masterful work of Sport Coordinator Nat Moy's son, Ezra Moy.
We will move to level 4. These decisions will place the most significant restrictions on New Zealanders' movements in modern history.
I think you are something special. I take you on a shopping spree, 'cause I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you, baby. I think you are something special. I take you on a shopping spree, 'cause I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you, baby. I think you are something special. I take you on a shopping spree, 'cause I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Mead with the touch, and off they go. Rangitoto again, Parkinson another touch for the right wing. And this is some good phase from Rangi. Tyler Woody, beautiful break from Tyler Woody inside the 22, and he's still going, Woody. And scoring. He's done well, hasn't he? He's done very, very well. He gets his second beat point of the afternoon, but I just say off the midnight Tyler Woody. Yeah, Spy's pretty happy too.
close to you cause you need to. Be careful for the people that deceive you. Keep a lookout for the ones who will talk when you're gone, but never keep the same energy when they see you. Keep the ones that are always there when you ride. Those ones are really hard to find. Cause when it comes to it, it'll show when it's time. I will never need a doubt who's behind. That's my team, that's my team. Yeah, loyalty over everything. That's my team, that's my team. From the bottom where we grinding, that's my team, that's my team. To the top where we shining, that's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team. Every day I thank the Lord for the people needed. I know my life.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Up, down, up, down. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Epic. I'm kind of psyched actually. Just so fantastic, and thanks again to Ezra Moy and the team who've put that amazing video together. Righto, we now come to the first block of awards, which are the Blue Awards. Blue with Distinction, New Zealand Representative, and the New Zealand Secondary School Awards. This is to save our students going up multiple times in this block of awards. Sorry, to save the students going up in multiple times in this block of awards, we're going to be awarding students their highest honour in this particular block. So therefore, if a student receives a blue in one sport and a distinction and a New Zealand representative in another, they will receive all three when these New Zealand representative awards are awarded. Students have been given a group for this section and will be asked to come to the side of the stage in that group in advance of them being read out. So students, can you please stay tuned for your call? So we'll start right away, and I will ask groups A1 and A2 to please move swiftly to the side of the stage. Righto, so when all student recipients in a group have been read out and have received their awards and are all standing on stage facing you, that's when we will applaud. It's kind of like award applauding 101 here. The only change that we have made to the proceedings, which are in your program, are based on the exceptional performance of our swimmers in the New Zealand Secondary School Swimming Nationals held in Hamilton over the weekend. We have taken the swimmers out of the groups that were in this particular event, and we will celebrate them as a team at the end of this section of awards. I would now like to ask head girl Sontaine Noom Duckworth to announce the Blue Awards. Can I also ask Associate Principal Mr. Giles and our presenting sponsor Rajan Patel from Paramount Services up onto stage to present the awards.
Malolele everyone. Tonight I'm honoured to present the Blue Awards. Blue Awards recognise individuals who have achieved at a regional level and school teams that have placed first or third at a national event. In the meanwhile, could Group A3 please come to the side of the stage? Dylan Beattie, hockey. Samantha Bentley, water polo. Isaac Bird, cricket. Caden, 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 Congratulations. Could Group A4 please come to the side of the stage? Ava Cooper, water polo. Lucas Dearlove, water polo. Well done. Got a lot of awards tonight, so just be patient. Could Group A5 please come to the side of the stage? Boston Frost, water polo. Jessica Hartley, beach volleyball. Callum Hockey, triathlon, duathlon, and aquathon. Michaela Jones, hockey. And Victoria Jones, hockey. A round of applause. Could Group A6 please make their way to the side of the stage? Kirsty Lemming, volleyball. Corey Mead, rugby. Luca Miser, water polo. Taze Noom Duckworth, water polo. Congratulations. Could Group B1 please come to the side of the stage? Ollie Pritchard, water polo. Zion Rihari, volleyball. And Luke Sipkus, diving. Congratulations. Could Group B2 please come to the side of the stage? Matthew Skilton, hockey. Riko Takayoshi, rugby. Stati Okura, swimming. Lenny Thornton, judo. Danny Lee van der Westhuizen, athletics. And Daniel Woman for water polo and softball. Well done. Congratulations to all blue recipients. I would now like to hand back to Mr. Meiklejohn. Thank you.
Thank you, Sontaine, and thank you, Mr. Giles. Could I now ask Deputy Principal, Mrs. Strang, to join Rajan for the presentation of the Blue with Distinction Awards? Can I also ask Head Boy Micah Buckley onto stage to announce these award winners? Can Group C1 also please go to the side of the stage?
Kia ora koutou. I'm honoured to be presenting the Blue with Distinction Awards for tonight. Blue with Distinction recognises individuals who have achieved at a national level. Dana Clark, water polo. Sophia Fife, yachting. Antonia Martin, athletics. Liam McKellar, athletics. Well done. Could Group C2 please come to the side of the stage? Continuing with the Blue with Distinction Awards, Sontaine Noom Duckworth, athletics and basketball. Lucas Payne, basketball. Jess Sheldon, touch. Maddie Smith, touch. Zoe Sausage, touch. Congratulations. I will now hand it back over to Mr. Meiklejohn.
Thank you, Micah, and thank you, Mrs. Strang. Could Associate Principal Mr. Hasty please come up on stage and join Rajan for the presentation of the New Zealand Representative Awards. Can I now also ask Head Girl Jess Sheldon to announce these award winners? Can Group D1 also please come up to the side of the stage?
Good evening, everyone. I'm honoured to present the New Zealand Representative Awards tonight. New Zealand Representative Awards recognise individuals who have been selected to represent New Zealand on an international stage. So, Harlan Amaral. For New Zealand Representative Yachting, Blues with Distinction Yachting. Rachel Dean, New Zealand Representative Water Polo, Blues with Distinction Water Polo. Lucy Leith, New Zealand Representative Yachting, Blues with Distinction Yachting. Shauna Lee, New Zealand Representative Badminton, Blues with Distinction Badminton and Blues Volleyball. Seb Menzies, New Zealand Representative Yachting and Blues with Distinction Yachting. Could Group D2 please come to the side of the stage? Zach Riley, New Zealand Representative Basketball and Blues with Distinction Basketball. James Sadlier, New Zealand Representative Volleyball, Blues with Distinction Volleyball, Blues with Distinction Beach Volleyball. Ethan Skelton, New Zealand Representative Basketball, Blues with Distinction Basketball and Blues Volleyball. Nathan Tamatea, New Zealand Representative Volleyball, Blues with Distinction Volleyball. Zeke Thornton, New Zealand Representative Judo, Blues with Distinction Judo. Congratulations. Sure. Yeah. Sorry, we have Caleb Armit for New Zealand Representative Yachting and Blues with Distinction Yachting. So congratulations to all the New Zealand representatives. The next awards are the New Zealand Secondary School Achievements. So could Mr. Patel and Mr. Hasty please stay to present these awards. New Zealand Secondary School Achievements recognise individuals or teams who have placed in the top 3 at a New Zealand Secondary Schools event. The following team placed 3rd overall in the New Zealand Secondary Schools Weightlifting Nationals: Cameron Blair, Reed Davidson, Andreas Felipe Quintero, Juan Carlos Quintero, and Stefan Kumrich. Could the Rangitoto College swim team that competed at the Nationals in Hamilton please come side of stage? The following athletes placed in their respective national secondary schools events: James Sadlier, 3rd place open men in beach volleyball; Antonia Martin, 1st place open women in the 2K race walk; Sontaine Noom Duckworth, 2nd place in the senior girls hammer throw; and Liam McKellar, 1st place junior boys 200 metre sprint. Congratulations. So congratulations to the New Zealand Secondary School Achievement winners. Could Mr. Hasty and Mr. Patel please stay on stage, and I would like to hand back to Mr. Meiklejohn. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Jess, and congratulations to all winners so far. Okay, so what do you do when you have your sport awards evening all organised, programs are printed, awards are allocated, and then your swimming team go to nationals and take out top school with 1,426 points ahead of Mount Maunganui College and Hamilton boys with 867 and 789 respectively, and bring home a massive haul of 17 gold, 10 silver and 17 bronze medals? Well, you change up your awards evening, Trevor. And yes, indeed, it was an outstanding performance by our swimmers in Hamilton last weekend, and it is only fitting that we acknowledge this team now. The juniors in this team will be acknowledged at the junior prize giving. However, we would like to ask them up on stage first to receive their awards for their outstanding achievements at this national event. The junior swimmers are Gabrielle Doyle, Charlie Toos, Summer Osborne, Jimin Lee, Nick Cowan, Caitlin Cook, Carissa Billington, Ella Hamilton. Now, I will ask you to stay on stage, but congratulations. The next group of swimmers in this team receive blue awards. Chantel Rapley, who is the captain, Mika Herbins, Gustav Kampfer, Dita Hussein. Congratulations. And the final group of swimmers receive Blues with Distinction as part of their achievements this year. And they are Cooper Morley, Harrison Cook, Samuel Poching, and Melissa Cowan. Well done. Oh no, stay up there for a moment, please, team. We've got a couple more awards as part of this this trophy and medal haul. I'd like to ask Captain Chantal Rapley to receive the trophy for Swimming New Zealand's top school from Nationals. But wait, there is more. To be honest, because of the year that we've had this year, we weren't going to present a Rangitoto College Team of the Year. And you will see it's missing from the program. However, as a consequence of the outstanding performance from this team in the weekend, we would like to ask Chantal up again to receive this award on behalf of your team. Congratulations. And thank you to Mr. Hasty and Rajan Patel for presenting these awards. Okay, so we'll just get our little interview set up in a moment. It now gives me great pleasure to welcome back to our school former Rangitoto College student, world champion triathlete, New Zealand Ironman, and all-round good guy, Terenzo Bizzoni. Okay, just event logistics there.
I got told we had couches.
That's right, I know.
Stool.
Well, look,
Mate.
I'll tell you what, we did have couches. I'm not the tallest guy. And when we trialled them, we had some of our staff at the back and they just could not see me. So, so we thought we'd go with the bar stools. Welcome, Terenzo. It's a privilege to have you back here. My good friend here, Micah, has already interviewed you before, I understand, and of course you're reconnecting with myself after what I'm sure was one of your career highlights, which was beating me in the Taupo Half Ironman back in 2005. Well, at least me completing the event in 5 hours and 45, you winning the event, breaking the course record in your first ever half Ironman in just over 4 hours. And at that time, 20-year-olds weren't supposed to do that. But welcome. How does it feel to be back in your old stomping ground?
Yeah, thanks, Trev. Thanks for inviting me. It's really exciting to be back here at the Sports Awards. I was actually chatting with Graham Lowe while you were talking. Well, we were whispering quietly just about some of the talent and the just some of the achievements the students have had, and it's been a tough year, but it's just awesome to see that and bring back memories of when I was kind of sitting in the crowd. Pretty sure when I was here, it was rows of seats. We didn't have like a proper dinner like this, and we all had to sit in our rows of seats, and we got shuffled out of the rows. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, no, very exciting. And I remember Micah and I had an interview. It was kind of at the end of one of the lockdowns, wasn't it?
Yeah, making the most of lockdown. Get to talk to some inspirational people.
Yeah. Geez, you had some tough questions, man. These are like easy interviews.
Nice. Now, look, one of the big dilemmas, we're not really that used to doing this sort of thing, and so I was watching Graham Norton, and I see he has water out, and I'm thinking, okay, well we can do that, and often he has beer and wine for his guests. Well, we're not going there this evening, so Micah and myself, we're having a look at your social media, and it's good, mate, right? And you have a number of good brands, strong brands aligned with you as a professional athlete, and that's great to see. Now, one thing we were inspired by a particular commercial, so let's have a look at that, Terenzo.
Lorenzo, great time. Personal best. That should help with your recovery.
Nice. Now tell me, how many takes did it actually take for you to catch that the high ball?
I was actually bragging about it to one of your other guests, John Deaker from Les Mills. Him and I, we go way back, and he always gave me a hard time that I didn't know what cricket was, and I told him I actually caught it 9 times out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very impressed with myself, actually.
Yeah, quite the athlete. Okay, so to kick things off, so we've got a lot of students out here today that can probably relate to your journey as a student through Rangitoto College and as an athlete yourself. So just wondering, how has your experience at Rangitoto contributed to yourself as a sports person now, overall?
See, just hard questions, dude. What's up with the boilerplate ones? Rangi was a great school. For me, I found if you were motivated and wanted to succeed, the world was your oyster, and it was a great platform for you to get out there and have the opportunities to do whatever you felt like. And that was it for me, being a student here and having the ability to go around and compete at all the national events, and then in sixth and seventh form got over to a couple of the world championship events, and just having the support from teachers and the support from my peers was really, really inspiring, and just kind of gave me a little bit of extra oomph when I needed it. And also it was just like having the teachers work with you to be able to stay on top of your studies and be able to finish school with the degree, with an education that you could go into university. And while I never did get a degree, my parents' philosophy growing up was that academia did come first, and I always had to put a lot of work into my studies and getting good grades. And from high school, after finishing here at Rangi, I went to do a couple of years of a physiotherapy degree before getting a few good sponsors and just traveling and spending half the year overseas racing and competing. So just that kind of academia kind of backfired a bit, and had to put that on hold to pursue the professional sports life.
Yeah, wow. And it's obviously worked out well for you. So,
yeah, but what if triathlon? I had a yeah. What if triathlon ends? I mean, what if you can't travel overseas like this year and you're stuck? Geez, I need a real job now. Dope.
Exactly. So to follow up to that, what would you say is the highlight of your Rangitoto experience, if you can think back to your time here?
Probably one of the socials in this hall. For me, being head boy was a great honor. I was really privileged that that I got voted in, and that the teachers put that responsibility on me. And yeah, it was a great honor to be the face or be the head boy of the school. And I kind of still that's kind of still my go-to, I reckon. Yeah.
Nice. Now, Terenzo, overcoming adversity it's been an interesting year for everyone. There's no doubt about that. And look, I think overcoming adversity has been a thread in your life. And to be honest, I first heard about you when my wife, Mrs. Meiklejohn, was your maths teacher, and she told me of a talented swimmer who had undergone quite serious ear surgery, and that might actually prevent you from ever swimming again. And throughout your career, you've had numerous injuries along the way, and particularly your Achilles. And then, of course, the serious truck incident. I mean, leading up to that accident, you were on an absolute tear, weren't you? December 2017, you won Ironman Western Australia. March 2018, you won Ironman New Zealand, breaking 8 hours in 7 hours and 59 minutes and 57 seconds. Then you head to Argentina, win a half Ironman there. And then a week later, off to Mexico, and you take another half Ironman there. Well, that's a full-on regime. And so you must have been thinking, this is it. This might be Kona, right? And then suddenly, truck, potentially career-ending and life-threatening scenario. I know that's a pretty heavy question, but how do you deal with adversity? How have you come back? How do you fight your way through all this, Terenzo?
Oh, to be 17 again. Just bounce back so well. That basically sums it up, adversity and the trials and tribulations that you have to go through. And as an athlete, you're always putting your body on the line and trying to get the most out of yourself. And sometimes that fine line results in an injury or something like that. So there've been a few injuries over my career, some from accidents and some from just overuse. And it has been tough. But there had never been doubt that this is what I wanted to do. And I was always so focused on my goals and so focused on what I wanted to achieve in the sport that while I did have periods where I was 6 months out of training and competing after recovering from surgery, my motivation was still as high as ever, and the comeback just happened quite fluidly. And I think having those setbacks kind of makes you rethink your approach to your sport, to your life, to how you're pursuing your goals, and reevaluate things and kind of work on and decide what needs to be worked on to make you a better athlete at the end of the day. So that was all those little injuries along the way. They were just little speed bumps, recovered and achieved afterwards, and that wasn't really a problem. That run in end of 2017, beginning of 2018, I felt unstoppable. I had started doing my first full distance Ironman was in 2009, and Kona is our world championships, which are in Hawaii. It's the Ironman World Championships, and I had been kind of going after that since 2009, and had little hiccups along the way. Had a few, raced every year down to Ironman New Zealand, or was second or third a lot of the time. Had never won a race until 2017. I won a half Ironman, an Ironman. Never won a full distance Ironman, and then 2017 I won Ironman Western Australia, and that was kind of the start of it. I'd finished sixth in Kona a couple months at the World Championships a couple months before that, and I felt that finally after 10 years of trying, I was kind of getting the hang of this, and I knew what I needed to do to get to the top of that podium at the World Championships. 2018 kicked off, had that blinder of a race that I'd been trying for down in Taupo at Ironman New Zealand, and then had a pretty good run. And then all of a sudden I was out training in July. I was back home for a month, doing some training out in Kumeu, and next minute I woke up in hospital, and it was my first memories from that day were about 10 p.m. that night. Apparently I was with it after I got knocked over. Some lady found me on the side of the road. I unlocked my phone and called my wife. My dad was actually out there with me. He was just around the corner on that day, and ended up, so this was 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and my first conscious memories were from about 10 p.m. that night, waking up in hospital. That was a bit shit. But the next day, I woke up, and I was like, if ever I needed an excuse to move on with triathlon and find the next chapter of my life, I think this is a pretty viable excuse. I can kind of get away with this. But to be honest, that thought didn't even stick with me. I was like, no, I still have unfinished business in the sport. I want to win the World Championships in Kona. And I mean, to be honest, it's a pretty awesome life that we get to live in some of the journeys I get to go on. So I was like, nah, this is definitely me. And that motivation just, boom, I think to my detriment and to my wife's frustration, I was like, the next day in hospital, I woke up, I had a concussion, a big hole in the side of my face, broken cheekbone. I'm like, no, this was July. I'm like, I'm going to Kona in October to the World Championships in October. I'm going to make it there. And I focused, put all this energy into that. And to be honest, my concussion hadn't healed. I was still getting headaches up until September, October. I went to Hawaii for a 3-week training camp to kind of in September to get myself in top shape. And on the flight home from New Zealand, I just had headache the whole flight home, and realized that probably, that's when I realized, okay, maybe I still do have a concussion. And reevaluated things and said, no, not this year. But in hindsight, I think I probably should have just chilled out a bit and said, hey guys, let's go on holiday to Fiji and just unwind a bit. I have no take backs. I mean, that's what I wanted to do, and my wife and my family supported me, and everyone was on board. And it just, if you want something bad enough, you will put everything on the line to try and get there.
Wow. So if you look at it closely, if you look at it closely, clearly you've overcome a lot of adversity, and you've been on quite the journey. But what is it that gives you that motivation? So you've got that motivation, but where do you think it comes from? So why do you do it, and how do you keep pushing, especially when you're at the top of your game and you're finding success?
For me, it's that goal of wanting to be the best in the world, and I think that's one part of it, and then probably as I developed more, as I got older and realized more, it was the goal of wanting to achieve the most out of myself that I could, and going into training was a lot easier with having that perspective. It's like, this is what I want to achieve, and this is how I'm going to do it. It's a lot easier than saying, I want to beat this other guy. It's like, these are the processes I want to achieve, and this is what I need to do that. And having that as a goal was a lot more directional for me. But still wanting to kick ass was pretty motivational. After my accident, after missing out on Kona, I kept pushing ahead, and finally got to December where I was able to race again. And there was an Ironman in Western Australia that I did, and I got onto the run, and there was a guy 10 minutes up the road, and we have a marathon run, so I had a little bit of time, but I just felt horrible. It was hot, and my legs were killing me. And I was like, you know what, I've had a tough year. I could just kind of pull the pin here, and no one would really care. I'm like, no, I want to set an example for my kids when they grow up and they see what I went through, and that if you put your mind to it and you work hard, you can achieve anything. And that's, I guess being a role model is also, for my kids at least, is also part of it.
Yeah, wow. So do you feel that sort of intrinsic motivation for your own success, that pays off more? Like if you could sort of talk to the students here, do you reckon it's better to look at it that way, that for you to do well rather than to beat the other guy?
Definitely, and that's something you might not. I only learned later on in my career. I guess when I was younger, I wanted to be the best and beat everyone. But I think as I've aged and matured, I think the ultimate for success is to be chasing after the best of your ability, and I think that'll give you the best result at the end of the day.
And you still bet people on the way as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was actually at, sorry, just dragging on a bit here. Athletics with my son, he's 5, he just started athletics, and they were at Takapuna running around the field, or not around the field, he does a 60-meter race and a 100-meter race, and he's not the most talented. Like, maybe when he's a bit older, maybe some of the sports genes will come through from my wife and I, but he was running along and he was looking at the back and looking at the guys at the back, and I could just see that he wanted to just beat these other guys. And it's like, well, you're looking behind you, you're wanting to beat those people, and you're looking behind you and you're going slower because you're looking behind you. So if you're looking in front of you and you're so determined on the finish line, and you're determined to get the most out of yourself, that's going to get you to the finish line the fastest. And whatever happens with everyone else, I guess that's just part of it.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
No, great, Terenzo. Now tell me, obviously Ironman, it's a 3.8k swim, 180k bike, and a marathon. So really, you go for a 4k swim, you get on your bike and you ride to Whangarei, and then you run a marathon, and you do it very quickly, in under 8 hours. You do a bit of training, I'm thinking. What does a big training day look like for Terenzo Bozzoni?
Probably the big days are around 8 hours. Swim in the morning and 6 hours on the bike. So 4K, 5K swim in the morning, which is just over an hour. 6 hours on the bike. If I'm here in the country, kind of out in the Waitaks towards Piha and Kari, I kind of like that road. And then an hour run. So yeah, you're not much fun to be around after that.
No.
But in general, I try and, when I'm in heavy training load, try and hit around 30 to 35 hours a week, and then regular physio, massage, and all the other stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy stuff. So through that very high intensity workload, obviously, how is it that you find sort of balance and times for other things in your life? Because I know heaps of these students here tonight, we've got studies to deal with, we're going through to uni next year, some of us, or careers for others as well. So how can we find time for sport and find that balance between life and the sport we're playing?
Yeah, it's definitely a hard one to balance, especially when you're trying to get the most out of your sporting career, and then also trying to get a good grade to get into a good university. But I definitely think it's worth trying to find that balance. I guess you do have to make a few sacrifices along the way, and if you're really into it, that they may be, hopefully they don't feel like too big a sacrifices. But at times you kind of say, oh no, I can't hang out, or I can't do that. That sounds like a lot of fun, but I can't do it because of X, Y, Z, or because of my studies. But I guarantee at the end of the day, missing out on a party here or there is not the end of the world, but kind of getting good grades and achieving what you want in your chosen sport will more than make up for it. And yeah, I guess having good time management, that does help. And I did find at the university I've done that when you're studying, and it's the same as when you're training. When you're training, if you're fully focused on your training, you're going to get the most out of yourself. And when you're studying, it should be exactly the same. Be fully focused on your study so that you have less homework and you have less study because you actually were focused and you learnt what you were being taught. So I found that definitely helped me out with all the studies and stuff along the way.
Yeah, for sure. So almost that focus on specific things as you go and being calculated in how you trade things off.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and I think, as sports people, we're always having to make decisions like that, and that's your strength, guys. You can do it.
Hey, sweet. So just to sort of wrap things up, to end on a good note, if you could give one piece of advice to the sports people we have out here tonight, what would that be, if you could think of anything?
My old coach used to call it process focus, and I think that's a really good bit of advice that I try and live by, is you focus on the processes that are needed to achieve. So you're not worried about the outcome, you're worried about the processes. I need to do X, Y, Z, I need to work on this part of my stroke, I need to work on this part of my turn, I need to work on sorry, I'm using swimming and running and stuff as an analogy because I don't really know too much about that. But yeah, if you focus on what needs to be done to get the most out of yourself, that's going to give you the best return at the end of the day. And have fun, guys.
That's awesome. Thank you, Lorenzo. All right, give him a big round of applause.
Got a wee gift for you, Lorenzo. A sport hoodie. Name on the back.
Awesome. Oh, so cool. Thanks, man. That's awesome. Sweet.
All right, team. Hey, thanks again, Lorenzo. It's been an absolute pleasure having you back. And we're gonna break for some dessert now. So chill, and we'll see you back here in about 10-15 minutes.
Took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people, living just to find emotion. right by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out very long. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out very long. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell, and there's no one there to raise them. If you did, and all the science I don't understand, it's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket man, a rocket man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out very long. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out very long. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. You know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. If you could find your way back to your seats, that would be great. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed your break and dessert. It's now time for the presentation of trophies. This year we're not breaking them into Tier 1 and 2. We are simply starting with athletics and finishing with yachting. Nice and easy. Historically, some sports have nominees and others have straight winners, and this process does continue for this year. As per the last set of nominations, there is a presentation protocol which includes when to clap. So this is how we're going to roll with this set of awards, and I'm not a control freak. When there are nominees are read out, when there are nominees, these will be read out. The names will be shown on the screen, and then the recipient will be announced. The recipient will then make their way swiftly to the stage, accompanied by an epic New Zealand soundtrack. This recipient will receive their award from Deputy Principals Mrs. McKnight or Mrs. Meiklejohn in the next block, and the recipient will then turn and face the crowd, and then we will applaud. We might even say, "You're awesome," or "Ka mau te wehe." The award recipient will then exit to the side of the stage, and our fabulous student photographers will take a photo of them in front of the Rangitoto sport banner. If at the end of the evening, and the trophies will be taken off the winner, if at the end of the evening a parent or friends would like to have a photo with their son or daughter or mate, then they are welcome to come back at the end of the awards and have a photo in front of the sport banner. Can I please ask Deputy Principal Mrs. McKnight up onto stage to present the awards from athletics through to hockey, and our sport leader Harry Whitaker up on stage to announce them.
Good afternoon. I am honoured to be presenting the sports trophies from athletics through to hockey. So, female athletics. The female track and field athlete of the year is Sontaine Noom Duckworth. Male athletics. The male track and field athlete of the year is Liam McKellar. Girls Badminton. The Girls Badminton Player of the Year is Shauna Lee. Boys Badminton. The Boys Badminton Player of the Year is Isaac Chan. Girls Basketball. The nominees are Aroha Riley, Kelly Tefato, and Ella Moore. The Girls Basketball Player of the Year is Kelly Tefato. Kelly is unfortunately unavailable to be here right now. Boys Basketball. The nominees are Ethan Skelton, Zach Riley, and Zeke Priest. Boys Basketball Player of the Year is Zach Riley.
Hey, I got a lot of faith in you. I'll stick with you, kid, that's the bottom line. Yeah, you have a lot of fun, don't you? And living with you is a ball of a time.
Girls Beach Volleyball. Girls Player of the Year is Carrie Bagnall. Carrie is unfortunately not here at the moment, so will not be accepting her award. Boys Beach Volleyball. Boys Player of the Year is James Sadlier.
Look at the sunrise, I look at it burn. I look into your eyes, don't know where to turn.
Girls Cricket. The Girls Cricketer of the Year is Lizzie Blount.
I am not afraid to say the words, even if my brothers hurt, because of what you made and what you mean to me. You were given everything.
Boys Cricket. The nominees are Jack Butler, Harlan Amarone, and Isaac Bird. The Boys Cricketer of the Year is Isaac Bird. cycling. The cyclist of the year is Emil Nell.
Race against the sunlight, wanna have a long night. Nightmare stories, nightmare stories. Under spotlight, don't let me out of your sight. Two energies, two energies. Glitter sparkling on your heart now, darling, won't you stay?
Girls distance running. The girls distance runner of the year is Alice Westerham. Boys distance runner of the year. The boys distance runner of the year is Michael Padrut. Fencing. The fencer of the year is Avita Land. Girls football. The nominees are Susie Jung, Kalyana Herring, and Rihanna Houghton. The girls football player of the year is Kalyana Herring. Boys football. The nominees are Ryan Place, Mihajlo Vichkovic, and Ron Kwan. The boys football player of the year is Ryan Place. Golf. The golfer of the year is Amy Im. Amy is unfortunately not able to be here tonight. Girls hockey. The nominees are Victoria Jones, Nicole Pilkington, and Michaela Jones. The girls hockey player of the year is Nicole Pilkington. Nicole is also unfortunately not here tonight. Boys hockey. The nominees are Matthew Skilton, Dylan Beatty, and Jamie Price. The boys hockey player of the year is Matthew Skilton. Congratulations to all the trophy winners from athletics to hockey. And thank you to Mrs. McKnight for presenting these awards. I would now like to ask sports leader Kalyana Herring to announce the trophies from netball through to yachting, and for Deputy Principal Mrs. Meiklejohn to present these awards. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm honoured to present the sports trophies from netball through to yachting. Netball. The nominees are Kirsty Lemming, Jess Sheldon, and Lydia Moy. The netball player of the year is Lydia Moy. Para-athletics. The para-athlete of the year is Jaden Morvold. Jaden also receives his blue with distinction for athletics and a blue for triathlon and the Male Excellence in Sport and Academia Award. Girls Rugby. The nominees are Riko Takayoshi, Nadia Kumarich, and Stacey Huggins. The Girls Rugby Player of the Year is Riko Takayoshi. Boys Rugby. The nominees are Dakota Dell, Joshua McLeod, and Corey Mead. The Boys Rugby Player of the Year is Corey Mead. Snow sports. The snow sport athlete of the year is Sawuli Lee. However, she's unable to be here tonight. Softball. The softball player of the year is Jared Nathan, who is also unfortunately unable to be here tonight. Squash. The squash player of the year is Ross Jowsey, again unable to be here tonight. Girls swimming. The girls swimmer of the year is Melissa Cowan.
Race against the sunlight, wanna have a long night. Nightmare stories, nightmare stories. Under spotlight, don't let me out of your sight. Two energies, two energies.
Boys swimming. The boys swimmer of the year is Harrison Cook. Table tennis. The table tennis player of the year is Enoch Chi, who is unable to be here tonight. Tennis. The tennis player of the year is Blake Gallagher. Touch. The touch player of the year is Zoe Sosich. Girls volleyball. The nominees are Shauna Lee, Kirsty Lemming, and Carrie Bagnall. The girls volleyball player of the year is Carrie Bagnall, who is unfortunately not able to be here tonight. Boys volleyball. The nominees are Nico Leitz, Ethan Skelton, and James Sadler. The boys volleyball player of the year is Ethan Skelton. Waka Ama. The paddler of the year is Raven Naya. Looks like Raven's not here tonight. Girls water polo. The nominees are Dana Clark, Rachel Dean, and Ava Cooper. The girls water polo player of the year is Dana Clark. Boys water polo. The nominees are Boston Frost, Caden Brown, and Max Wolf. The boys water polo player of the year is Max Wolf, who is unfortunately unable to make it tonight. Weightlifting. The weightlifter of the year is Andreas Quintero. Lastly, yachting. The sailor of the year is Lucy Leith.
Race against the sunlight, wanna have a long night. Nightmare stories, nightmare stories. Under spotlight, don't let me out of your sight. Two energies, two energies. Glitter sparkling on your heart.
Congratulations to all trophy winners from Netball 30 Yachting, and thank you to Mrs. Meiklejohn for presenting these awards. While I'm up here, and just before I hand back to Mr. Meiklejohn, I would like to thank our amazing team in the sports department for making tonight so wonderful and for all of their great efforts this year. Firstly, I want to thank Mr. Meiklejohn for stepping up as Director of Sport in Term 2 earlier this year. He's demonstrated utmost dedication and organization towards sports here at Rangitoto College. I cannot wait to hear about what sports events take place next year because I know he has great ambitions for the college and so many great ideas that are just waiting to be executed. Next, Ryan. Although the newbie of the sports department, has been an amazing asset since he started in term 3. Passionate about football and running, Ryan has been super dedicated and eager to get involved in these sports. Not to mention that he also started up the Rangitoto Running Club, which has been a great success, attracting students and teachers alike. Cheers for the good bands and the ice blocks. Nathan, not only a wonderful sports administrator that has been here for years, but has also taken over the Rangitoto College Instagram account this year. And wow, has it taken off. With around 150 followers at the start of the year and little structure, the account now has over 1,000 followers and features regular, informative, and aesthetic updates. So thank you very much for building the social media platform up for sports. The lovely Nat, such a dedicated member of the sports department who has done so much for Rangi. She has been extremely passionate about netball, giving immense support to the premier team and leading them to a bronze medal at their tournament. Many things would not have happened without you, Nat, so thank you very much. Last but not least, Sarah Jane. For those of you who aren't aware, she oversees the Sports Performance Academy, as well as an astounding 18 other Tier 2 and Tier 3 sports. Another member of the sports department who has stuck with Rangi for some time, her dedication and organization is treasured greatly. I'm sure you all started to get a bit sick of seeing me constantly popping into the sports office, knocking on the sliding window with yet another question. But thank you for always helping me out and pointing me in the right direction, even if it was just a no, sorry, Trevor isn't here at the moment. Your management and organization and friendliness is widely appreciated. Thank you for ensuring that Rangitoto sports and events run smoothly and successfully. We're so grateful for you for all that you've done. I'd now like to hand back to Mr. Mikojan. Thank you.
Thank you to Harry and Kellyanna for the presentations, and also thank you very much for those kind words, Kellyanna. We very much appreciate both Harry and Kellyanna's passion and commitment to sport and wish them all the best moving forward. The next set of awards are the special awards. Consistent with my sentiments at the start of this evening, how does one differentiate awesome from awesome or special from special? And even more so, how on earth can you leave special out given the abundance of spectacular people in this room? It's just not that easy. All nominees in each category are simply amazing, and many of you are more than worthy of a place in this section. It is, however, a great privilege to acknowledge and honour these people this year. Could I please ask Mr. Gale, our principal, and our SAS representative, Gayleen Furness, up to the stage to present these awards. The first special award is Emerging Coach of the Year. This year goes to a coach in their very first year of coaching at our school. The nominees are Regan Bain, hockey, Gemma Palmer, basketball, Rebecca Piri, netball, and the recipient is Rebecca Piri. The next award is Coach of the Year. Again, this award is trying to do the impossible because, quite frankly, we do have an amazing cohort of coaches and we truly value you all very much. The nominees are Johan Timmer, volleyball, Zoran Ivanovic, football, Nathan Banks, cricket and basketball, And the Coach of the Year this year is Nathan Banks.
Don't forget your family, yeah. Don't forget your roots, my friend. The ones who made you, the ones who brought you here. Don't forget your roots.
The Student Official Coach of the Year nominees are Kaylee McNeely, football, Caitlin Edwards, netball, Ashley Edwards, netball, and the recipient is Caitlin Edwards.
Look at the sunrise, I look at it burn, I look into your eyes, don't know where to turn.
The next award is Parent Manager of the Year. We have amazing parent managers who often wear many hats, ranging from camp mum or dad, team logistics, food, photographer, food, laundry, travel, gear, food, first aid, and so much more. This year, the nominees are Tonya Osborne, swimming and water polo, Shelley Sosich, rugby and touch, and Megan Brown, water polo. And the recipient is Megan Brown. The next award is for TIC Tier 1 Sports. The nominees are Mr. Lloyd, rugby and cricket, Miss Collard, netball, and Mr. Kerr, volleyball. The recipient this year is Mr. Lloyd. The nominees for TIC Tier 2 Sports are Mr. Harris, squash, Mrs. Redpath, beach volleyball, and Mr. Fair, mountain biking. And the recipient in 2020 is Mr. Harris. The next category is for contribution to sport, sponsored by SAS. This is for those who have been involved in multiple sports this year. The nominees are Matua Rankin, Wakaama and rugby, Mr. Bullen, volleyball, beach volleyball and rugby, and Mr. Lloyd, rugby and cricket. The recipient this year is Matua Rankin. Unfortunately, Matua can't be with us this evening. The next award is for Service to Sport, also sponsored by SAS. All of the following nominees have dedicated many years of outstanding service to one or more codes at our school. The nominees are Mr. Lowe, rugby and volleyball, Aaron Wilcox, netball, and Mr. Kerr Volleyball. After 20 years after 20 successive years of coaching at rugby at our school, as well as many years of volleyball, it's my pleasure to award this to Mr. Lowe. The word I was looking for was consecutive years. I just found it, it's highlighted. We've already presented our male excellence in sport and academia to Jaden Mulvold. I'm pleased to announce the female recipient for sport and academia goes to water polo player Dana Clark. Despite 2020 being the year that it has been, school sport has delivered many outstanding moments. This year we simply couldn't go past the New Zealand Open Women's, that's right, Open Women's New Zealand record-breaking feats of Melissa Cowan in the 100 metre and 200 metre short course breaststroke. Simply remarkable. Come on up, Melissa. Congratulations. Okay, so we are at that time of the evening. The final two awards in which the school crowns the Les Mills Sportswoman and Sportsman of the Year. Thanks very much to Gayleen Furness from SAS and Mr. Gale. Can I please ask John Deaker from Les Mills up onto stage and our guest speaker, Terenzo Bizzoni, to present these awards. Les Mills have generously donated memberships for our recipients. Again, this process involved an awards committee which debated long and hard over A, who would be included in the top three, and B, who would be awarded these prestigious awards. The nominees for Sportswoman of the Year are Shauna Lee, Melissa Cowan, and Rachel Dean. There are many exceptional achievements by these sportswomen. The most notable are as follows. Shauna Lee, badminton and volleyball. Shauna is New Zealand's #1 ranked women's badminton player. Second place, Victor Oceania Team Championships. First place, women's singles. First place, women's doubles. Second place, mixed doubles, New Zealand Open Badminton Championships. First place, women's singles. Second place, women's doubles, New Zealand Under-19 Badminton Championships. Shauna also made the tournament team in the Auckland Volleyball Championships. Melissa Cowan swimming. New Zealand Open Women's Short Course Record 200 metre breaststroke. New Zealand Open Women's Short Course Record 100 metre breaststroke. New Zealand 15-year Women's Short Course Record 50 metre breaststroke. In the weekend just gone, Melissa achieved 6 individual gold medals, 1 bronze and numerous team relay golds. Rachel Dean. New Zealand Women's Squad Selection, water polo. New Zealand Youth Women's Selection. New Zealand Water Polo 18 and under National Championships Most Valuable Player. North Harbour Senior Women's Selection. It gives me great pleasure to announce that in 2020, the award is jointly shared by Melissa Cowan and Shauna Lee. Congratulations. Congratulations again to Melissa and Shauna, and also to Rachel for an outstanding sporting year. The nominees for Sportsman of the Year are Caleb Armott, James Sadlier, and Seb Menzies. There are many exceptional achievements for all these sportsmen, and again, the most notable are as follows. Caleb Armott Yachting, the ILCA Laser Radial World Open Championships, 16th place. First place, Laser Radial Male, New Zealand Youth Sailing Championships. First place, Youth, New Zealand Laser Nationals, New Zealand Youth Sailing Team Selection. James Sadlier, Volleyball and Beach Volleyball. New Zealand Youth Men's Volleyball Selection, Junior Commonwealth Games Beach Volleyball Squad Selection. Third place, New Zealand Secondary Schools Beach Volleyball Championships. First place, Auckland Secondary Schools Beach Volleyball Championships. Tournament team, Auckland Volleyball Championships. Seb Menzies Yachting. First place, Australian 29er Nationals. First place, Australian WASP Nationals. Second place, 29er class, New Zealand Youth Sailing Nationals. Second place, New Zealand 420 Teams Racing Nationals. Third place, New Zealand 29er Nationals. And third place, New Zealand 470 Nationals. Like the Sportswoman of the Year, this award simply couldn't be separated. And in 2020, it is shared by Caleb Armott and Seb Menzies. Congratulations again to Caleb and Seb, and also to James for a simply outstanding sporting year. Once again, congratulations to all award nominees and recipients, and for your attendance and attention this evening. Thanks to everyone that has made this evening happen. Thanks to our amazing student leaders, Sontaine, Micah, Jess, Harry, and Kalliana for your involvement this evening. I would now like to ask our principal, Mr. Gale, to close the evening.
To draw this evening to a close, I would like to congratulate all of you present this evening for your ongoing dedication to sport. Despite the barriers placed in your way, you've continued to support Rangitoto sport, and for the students, we are proud of the culture we are developing and the achievements that you are earning. Tonight has been a reflection of the incredible talents that we have in our very diverse program. For many of you, the season finished too quickly, and we look forward to 2021 being a platform for you to play, be healthy, make lifelong friends, and develop the life skill that sport naturally generates. Following Kalliana, I would also like to thank our Director of Sport, Trevor Mikujon, and his team, Natalie Moy, Nathan Banks, Ryan Williams, and Sarah Jane Beck, whilst also acknowledging the service that Natalie Bullant and our two AUC interns, Sasha and Georgia, have put in over the course of the year. Tonight has been a great celebration of sport, and you are the crucial engine in the machine that makes it all happen. I'd like you all to join me in a round of applause for the people who've made tonight take place. To Terenzo, many thanks for your taking the time to return to Rangitoto College. Once again, it is much appreciated. You're a fine role model for our athletes, both for your sporting achievements and your resilience overcoming multiple barriers, but more importantly, for your commitment to your family and to our community. To our coaches, managers and players, thank you once again. I wish you all a happy and smooth end to 2020. Ka kite anō. Good night.
Your family, yeah. Don't forget your roots, my friend. The ones who